Hey, TraderGuff here. It is April 21st, and as an intraday stock options trader, I do a written review of my trade of the day every day. So here it is, my trade of the day. This one's going to be a little bit different. I had some things going on this morning, so I couldn't do my full big picture top-down analysis that I usually do that ensures that I have the proper narrative, rhetoric, and hot stocks to be playing that day. One of the biggest things that you can do as a trader is systemizing your trades. You develop a set of rules that you yourself follow, you develop a set of signals that you yourself follow, you develop some stocks that you yourself play, and you have conviction or reasons to buy and sell when they appear, and you follow those reasons to the T. Now, this morning was a good example of a lot of the due diligence I've been doing for the last couple months has been developing my trading system and the rules around that system. And today it paid dividends. Today was an amazing day, and we'll go through that. Um, on the overall market, I didn't have any chance to really sit down and look at the narrative as to how people were reacting to the current market levels or what the stories were, what the headlines were. But what I did see is this gap up on the SPY, about 1.8 points. You've got this gap up on IWM, about 1.8 points. Or 1.1 points, and then you've got this gap up on QQQ about 1.4 points. I genuinely felt like this was just a really inflated level for the market to be at in this current, with all the geopolitical things going on and everything. I was just really looking for some stocks that were also inflated from the last 2 days run up that may be looking to correct slightly. Now, the first on that list was Facebook. Now, Facebook yesterday was our trade of the day. You should take a look at that. But it actually ended up continuing going down and sort of trading sideways and making the new low a day was at this 198.96 level. And I knew that if we were to break 202, this area, we were definitely going to test that and then possibly break even further to this 196.50 area. And now, before we jump into the play-by-play, we'll go ahead and do the top-down TA for NVIDIA as well, because this is I'm going to do two trades today because they were both basically the same trade. I made them both at the same time, and I pretty much sold them both at the same time for the same reasons. Now, NVIDIA was same thing. It came down, and I actually played NVIDIA yesterday as well, pretty much on the same thesis. But you've got this area here at this 216.57 level that kind of created this pre-market and created these sideways ranges here. And we were just looking for the NVIDIA likes to do this weird pop on the open that usually shows either it'll pop downwards and then reverse, or it'll pop up and then reverse back the other way. So staring at this and watching Facebook do a similar thing, we'll jump into the play-by-play as we'll talk about how we traded this. So my edge is the first thing I look for is the PM range. The PM range just being really tight and consolidating is something that I'm looking for, right? And then so the second thing I look is the immediate open to an extended range. So Facebook opened and then immediately became sort of extended at this 203 level, right? And so NVIDIA, same thing. It immediately opened and became extended at around this 223 level. It's just really extended up here. This move, it can't last. There's not enough steam with the overall market looking as extended as it was. There was no chance that it was going to keep running, right? So the second thing I look for is this converging VWAP. Rather, I look for the slope first. So as the VWAP begins to slope, it's indicative of a trend beginning. A flattening VWAP is range-bound trading, whereas a slope would be your trending trading. As a day trader, I want to trade with the trend and not really be confusing myself with range-bound movement. It's hard to gauge range-bound movement. So, looking at these converging indicators here, I was looking for the initial. So my first rule is the initial higher low or lower high rather, and close across the VWAP and converging 21 day. I enter on heavy volume moving away from the VWAP. So at 9:54 on both stocks, we actually ended up making a close across the VWAP as the two indices were converging, and having increasing volume while moving away from the VWAP was the next thing that I was really focusing on, and that's when I entered both Facebook and NVDA at the same time on this candle at 9:54. And what I was looking for is the overall market to fill this gap, to break down and come down, and take NVIDIA and Facebook with it and take my position with it. Now, what I was really looking for is the move to this next resistance for both stocks. So very simply, we'll go with Facebook. I enter here looking for the move to 198 and possibly the move to 196. We see here that the move actually did end up playing out. But this chop here around this level made me think we might have had a chance to bounce. So I'll say that my next rule is we sell or trim as we approach a resistance. So this would be a resistance in a downtrend, resisting the move further down. But we broke the resistance and continued further, turning this into a sort of support for the downside trend. On NVIDIA, same thing, just looking for this move down here, and upon breaking these levels and this candle here, the lower high and close across the VWAP, entering here looking for the move to here, it's virtually the same exact thing, same exact stock movement, and taking the move from here to here on Facebook, that's a $1.50 move, and I didn't overthink it. As we came down, we closed, and we started to move back up towards this level. I just took that money off the table. This day wasn't a day where I did the top-down analysis to have the conviction to know that I can hold there. I didn't know that. All I was playing was the setup. All I was playing and following was my rules. If I had done my top-down and got the narrative correct, if I was clairvoyant, basically is what I'm saying, I would have known to hold on to this, knowing that the broad market is going to keep falling. But I just wanted to stick to the high probability, and the high probability is that, we fall below and we touch this level and then we get out. That was a nice little chop, $1.50 move. Now on NVIDIA, same thing. As we enter on that candle, then we just play that candle to the next resistance, and we sold here after chopping around this level quite a bit, and that was about a $3.25 move. That was total chop this morning. It was just very nice to come in, make the play, have that money on the table, and be able to call it a day just like that. The beauty of having a setup that you're really comfortable playing and understanding the rules and contingencies around playing that setup. And that was my trade of the day review. Man, Facebook, totally going crazy. I want to thank you guys for watching. Today was an awesome example of why you systemize your trades and why you build rules for yourself so that you don't overthink your trading. You get in, you get it done. Don't worry too much about it. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.